for the world premiere of the Berlinale Gala special, SPACEMAN.
Yeah.
Yay!
The Spaceman. We're throwing this on?
Wonderful. So okay, we'll just get a couple of last photos and then we'll settle so we can get started.
Thank you. How are you? Thank you. I did it.
Did I get it right? No.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And so looking forward to everyone's questions. Everyone who's here to really celebrate tonight's world premiere.
Oh.
Yes, thank you, in the center. Yes, we'll get a mic to you. And just before we start, I want to make sure that we introduce everyone who's here on the panel, so just take a moment. So starting at the very end, my far right, we have the producer of the film. Oh no, we have, my apologies, we have the composer,
yeah.
Max Richter, an excellent composer.
Oh my goodness.
And now we have the producer of the film, Michael Peretz.
Way to go, Michael.
We have actor Kunal Nayyar.
Yeah.
Actor Paul Dano. Actor Carey Mulligan. It's really an incredible cast, and actor Adam Sandler. And the executive producer and director of this great film, we have Johan Renck.
Johan.
All right. Now we're ready for your question.
Hey.
Hello there. Scott Orland with Cinema and the Golden Globes. First of all, congratulations, everybody. Good to see you. Adam, I kind of want to start with you. This is an interesting acting exercise that an actor has to go through, and I wonder if you can talk about it on several fronts. Yeah. One is the wire work that you had to do.
Yes.
How empowering or disconcerting was it? And then the whole relationship with Hannes, it almost seemed very therapeutic in a sense.
Yes.
But how interesting was it or what did they utilize for you as an actor to work against? And how therapeutic was that experience?
The wires were tough because my body's not the most flexible body. The wires hurt me, they dug into me. The stuntmen who would wire me up every day, I would say, "Ooh, that hurts," and they didn't believe me. And then, we did it. We did it as a team. Johan would say, "You don't look like you're floating. What are you doing?" And then I would say, "What should I do?" And then they'd wire Johan up, and he'd be like, "More like this." But no, that was good. And then talking to Hanush, man, that was always a pleasure. We got deep together. I felt pain. He helped me try to get out of that pain. Thanks for that. Say that again.
What did they use for you as like a point of reference? Because Sandler Paul wasn't.
Well, we did rehearse together before we shot the movie. We rehearsed a lot, and so we were locked in together. And then on the day, though, yeah, I'd be talking to a tennis ball, or I'd be talking to Johan's friend who came and dressed up and would crawl around, right?
Sure.
Yeah. And then, yeah, but it was very good. It was a movie about being alone, and the tennis ball allowed me to be alone and in my own world. And Johan set it up with the cameras where the crew was kind of far away, and all of a sudden there'd be a camera. I'd be like, "Did anyone press record on that thing?" And apparently, most of the time they did, and then we did it. We shot the movie. Thank you.
Hello. Does this work? Can you hear me? Yes.
We hear you.
Hi, I'm Veronica from the German news agency DPA, and I have two questions. The first one is, what did you guys learn from loneliness? Is there a lesson that you took with? And the second question is, I am afraid of spiders. It was nasty. Do you have any kind of phobia yourself? The question goes out to all of you.
Yeah, yes. Loneliness. Johan, you're lonely. Yeah.
The lessons about loneliness. I mean, I think, you know, it's a perpetual condition, a human condition, isn't it? You know, that we're trying to overcome as best as we can in every sense. And I think, you know, we were making this, we shot this movie in the tail end of the pandemic. Everybody was sort of locked in, and you know, we were having these weird experiences and dreams at night about, you know, socializing and all of that. And that, you know, obviously extended into set. You know, like Adam said, we shot the whole film from cranes, so Adam was very much alone in set, and we had like big 70-foot cranes. Yeah. Sticking into the set, so this little guy was hanging there moaning, crying about this rigs. No, but anyways, I mean, obviously, yes, the film is about loneliness, but it's also about disconnection, I think. You know, I think these are two separate themes, and that's kind of what I have to say about this. Yeah. When it comes to spiders, I have arachnophobia for sure. Yeah. But with 4 kids, I've been forced to overcome that, because every fucking day I have to go scare some spider out of a room, and now my arachnophobia is kind of cured by children. So.
Yes. And on that theme of loneliness, I think for the composer, for Max Richter, you know, that's a good question to think about. I'd love to hear more about the sound of space, the sound of silence, of echoes, reverberations of space.
Yeah, I mean, space is a wonderful thing for a composer because it's by definition empty, so you have the opportunity to sort of paint colors into it. And invent a kind of an emotional space for everything to happen in. This is the film is actually full of feeling. It's actually a very tender story, I think, underneath, and very beautiful. So for a composer, something like that is really a gift, because music is an emotional language, and it's also something which connects people. And ultimately, for me, you know, the film is about people trying to connect.
Okay, we'll go to who next has the mic.
That was great.
Okay, yes.
Hi, this is Carol Guerrero from W Radio, and a question for Adam Sandler. Adam, this is your first time here at Berlinale, yes. So how this experience is being, and also we will see you more often doing drama. And for Carey Mulligan, this is like the award season in the world. So do you think about it, or do you get nervous thinking about it? Thank you.
I'd love to hear you, Carey. Go ahead, go get him.
Do I think about it? Yeah. It's basically all you do for a period of time when you're lucky enough to be in a film that receives lovely recognition. You know, it is called a season for a reason. So you do spend a lot of time traveling and going to things and meeting people, and I think that's the best part of it. Really, is, you know, most particularly this year, getting to be in a room with incredible people, incredible writers, directors, actors. But yeah, it's a kind of job, full-time job. But one that's, you just feel very privileged to be in the room with the rest of those people, so it's lovely.
That's nice.
Yes, Winston.
Yes. I forgot. You said something. You said, Berlin Film Festival, fantastic, by the way. Everybody, honestly, what a great time. Thank you for having us. We've had a ball. Everybody's been fantastic and welcoming, and it's exciting. And what a beautiful time. We got so excited that we got invited here. Thank you. And then we've been going out to eat. We've had great food so far. 2 for 2. 2 nights we went out. Both delicious. We were going to go to a club last night. It was closed. We looked around. It was not, no one would open up for us. So we went to a bar, had a great time. The playlist wasn't perfect.
No.
We looked for, we wanted louder music, but it wasn't going. But we ended up talking. That was good. Sometimes when music's low, you get to talk, get to know each other. Max was not there. He was composing in his room. But I did see, and this is a true story, when I got out of my car and everyone was screaming hellos to us and taking pictures, I noticed when Paul got out, there was a group of like 400 spiders that were going, and they were going, Paulie, you're the man. All right.
We will see you more often doing drama?
Yes. I don't know. I hope so. I mean, I love doing it. The Spaceman was an amazing process, and we all got to dive deep together, and it was I love the movie. I love watching it. It's beautiful. The sound's amazing. Everybody's great in it, so that's good. And so, of course, if another great movie comes around, maybe Johan will invite us all to do another good one.
No.
You'll see.
That's it.
He's so mad. All right, guys.
All right. Yes.
Hi, this question is for the team. This is Mo Mashadi from Night Tide Magazine. As a film that speaks to really the disproportionate percentage of our connection in our romantic relationships and also lack of accountability, what did you guys bring to the role of thinking about your own interpersonal relationships and where maybe you could have had accountability, where you needed something from somebody, and how did that enhance or affect your character in any way?
Awesome. Wow. That was awesome. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Crush. Perfect. Elegance. Anyone got it? Who's going?
I don't know if there are some things I think as an actor that you probably don't speak to that are, there's things that we all draw on in every performance that are deeply personal from all different parts of our life. And I think unpacking it for people kind of takes away a little bit of the work or the interest in your work, and what's more interesting for an audience is to put their own lives into what they see. But I will say on the subject of isolation, I do think, bar Adam hanging on wires on his own, you did have stuntmen near you and Johan.
Yes.
So
yeah, they were
so
there.
we had what's so beautiful about film, I think, and about all of the kind of different things that we make in plays, and is that there is like bedded in community into everything we do in the crew.
Right.
And we had the most phenomenal crew. I know you guys did in New York, and then when we were in Prague, we just had the most amazing crew, and who loved Johan and was so excited about what we were doing. And so we did feel like it was the coolest, the nicest community. And Adam would come in with his big boombox, and we'd all listen to Celine Dion, and it was the best, wasn't it?
Yes.
He didn't choose Celine Dion, but I chose Celine Dion, and he let me.
I like.
You did.
Love the Celine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, it's a double question to Mr. Adam Sandler. I'm Rodrigo from Correio da Manhã. I'm from Brazil, where 51st Dates has been shown on television every single day since 2004.
Really?
So, yeah, every single day. Dubbed by Alexandre Moreno, the biggest dubber in Brazil. He plays your voice.
That's nice.
Yeah, my question to you is, 51st Dates is a movie about losing control of memory. Right after you did Click, a movie about losing control of time. What's the relation between memory and time in the story of Jacob?
My goodness. That was fantastic. First of all, that's great news on Brazil and 51st Dates. Thank you. I kept wondering, why do I keep getting all these checks from Brazil? And thank you, everyone in Brazil. Your question was deep, man. I'm telling you, this jet lag thing's killing me. While you were saying it, I was going, I have no idea what, I don't know what's going on right now. I was stuck on the 51st Dates Brazil, and then I lost you. But you said, what the hell was the question again? You said something great.
Time and memory.
Time and memory. They connect, and everybody knows why. No, but yeah, man. I don't know. Thank you. Oh, shit, we did.
Okay. We have Another question over here.
Hi, it's Pavis from RTL Television Germany. Nice to meet you all. And my question is, thank you very much for sharing the stories of the wires with us from the beginning of the press conference. I would raise the bar. Could you please tell us, because at a science fiction production, everything can happen. What was your weirdest day on set behind the scenes that we don't see on screen? Something happened that should not happen, or weirdest day?
Your weirdest day on set.
Yeah, what was? It was a bunch of nice times.
I don't have, going back to that question, I don't have either memory or time, so I don't remember anything. Were we even there?
We were there, yeah. Yes.
Well, I think related to that, I would be really interesting to hear from, especially from Johan and from Michael Peretz about the creature design.
Oh yeah.
Because it's really quite spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, we had the privilege of this film is based on a very beautiful book called The Spaceman of Bohemia, written by Jaroslav Kalfur, and an amazing young writer with a brilliant mind, and so on and so forth. The spider, Hanush, is obviously described in this book, but in very impressionist terms, I have to say. And the beauty and the plights of making films is, try to translate these impressionist sort of poetic lyrical thoughts into something very tangible, which is Hanush. We worked with a brilliant concept artist called Carlos Vente, who I came to love, a very, very peculiar and very, very talented man. And it literally became a sort of a dialogue back and forth, and him starting to do some drawings of it. And we went back and forth, and I have thoughts on it. What I thought was going to be really difficult is, like, how do you make something that is both repulsive and scary and disgusting, perhaps even, and pathetic, but also kind of cute. And I spent a lot of time with Carlos trying to figure that out. It's like, how the hell do we do that? But I came to the knowledge, in doing our film, I came to understand something I should have understood when I was about 5 years old, which is that it doesn't matter how anything looks, if it has a good heart and a good soul, it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be cute and all that, So it became very apparent that, any efforts, any kind of pragmatic thoughts on how do we design the appearance of this creature to address all those things was a futile kind of thing, because ultimately it's about heart and soul, and then the appearance doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think just to add one thing, which is that from the get-go, Jaroslav, who wrote the book on which the film is based, was so unbelievably generous with, I think, his belief in the team that we ultimately assembled, not only to do the book justice, but also to make our movie. And so I think we were never bound by the restrictions of how the creature was described in the book, because it has this very different, very specific, very impressionist aesthetic. And I think it was really wonderful for us and for me, because I got to just we got to feel like we were doing right by him while also doing right by the film. And I think it's a rare thing for an author to be so generous with that sort of creative belief.
More questions to Michael, man. That was solid.
Go on.
Yes, and to the voice of the creature, as we're talking about the creature, that the work to create the sound and the voice of this alien spider.
Yeah, sure. I took Hanush at face value, meaning, if he's lived for thousands of years and traveled through galaxies and lost his civilization, what would that be like? And then to encounter, this essentially baby human who's, 40 or 50 years old, and want to learn about him on the way back to the beginning. So I think we started with Zoom rehearsals, feeling it out all together, and I think the thing that felt right was to really be a doula of some kind, or like a spirit guide. So I think that if you've accrued that much wisdom, it felt something sort of Zen-like and gentle, and that's what Adam needed too. I think Adam needs people to be gentle with him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always there.
Okay. Yes.
30 seconds, because we're short. Lazar Christman from Derek Radio Bulgaria. Adam, you're a great actor, best actor 2025. I have this information from the Academy, but I don't know if it's true. Really amazing performance. And Paul, Carey, and Adam, what do you think about each other's performance in this movie? Because, for example, 5 more seconds. Adam, you have an emotional void and emptiness. And how did you cope with that? Because when a man is emotional, I mean, I had this like really pain when I watched the movie. And for Paul and Carey, what do you think about this like horror effect? But it's not like a horror, but it's dread. It's like dread throughout the movie. It's like a space odyssey for thriller. It's really, really devastatingly beautiful. But I mean.
Okay, so, yeah. Maybe a question around genre, their thoughts on the mixture of genre, yes, and performance. Yeah, maybe we'll focus on the message. You can pick one. It's a kind of a complex, but thank you. Yes.
Thanks, man. Thank you for all the nice words. That was very cool. What do you think? I mean, just.
Wait, was the question about Adam's performance? Was that originally what you wanted?
Well, I can talk about your performances. I love Carey's performance. Just so, wow. Watching Carey work, amazing. There was this one scene when she was on the phone, right? That we watched Carey perform. I was in the back, saw her do it, and just in one take, she just broke everybody's heart and was so deep in there. She's just the next level of greatness. So it was amazing working with Carey, every scene we shot together. And Paul and I had we had a fantastic time zooming together. And then just when you watch the movie and the connection that we end up having, we're getting that in real life, and that feels good too.
I'll say that I wish that I'd gotten to work even more with Adam, because I grew up in middle school. His comedy albums were so important to me, and that was a big part of me feeling really lucky to get to do this. What was to work with him, and I almost wish I'd gotten to do it more. But we had fun. Yes. And I agree with the kind gentleman over here that, you know, I don't know how he did it, but when I watched the film, I really think Adam's face and body, he's deeply embodied whatever this character is going through. And I think it's always cool to see an actor be able to do that, because you don't know how they did it, and sometimes I don't know if they do either.
Thank you, man. That's cool.
Yeah, and for me, we had our time, you know, doing living our relationship, but I wasn't there to watch any of the stuff that Adam did, you know, in the spaceship. Everything that, you know, we lived our stuff. We shot all of our stuff in Prague together. The beginning to the end of our relationship, and it was the best fun and the easiest person to act with, because he's so truthful and beautiful and soulful. But what's arresting about him and the spaceship on his own is that it's like some part of his soul has been crushed, or he does look like half alive or half mad, and I don't know how he did that with his eyes and his face and his body, and he hates us saying nice things about him, but he's so phenomenal.
I like it. He would come.
Oh,
thank you.
Yes.
Hello, it's Yannis Raouzos from Greece. It's been a great pleasure having you here, of course, and the film was fantastic, in my opinion. I'd like to address a couple of questions to the couple of Carey Mulligan and Adam Sandler. How much this isolation, this alienation that they face as a couple needs the voice of something that is a great thing from outer something to reconnect them again. How much this voice, in a psychoanalytical way, works. And Mr. Dano, how did you work to project this voice, both to yourself and the vision of the character, and to the couple? How much at the end, how far we need to go to face ourselves at the end?
I think, I don't know, shall I have a punt?
Sure, please.
I could tell you had an answer though.
No.
Clearly didn't. I don't know if it's a voice to them or it's him. I think he's facing his the truth of how his
Your character tries to pull it out of me while down on Earth the whole time. Yeah.
But it's his. Sorry.
It's a voice inside the relationships in the way that is affecting one of the key roles.
Right.
Well, to me, it's that thing you often think of. What would you think about on your deathbed? What are the things that really matter? What's the thing that gives you perspective, that draws you back into the important things in your life when you get? And I think that's what Hanus does in this interaction. It's like it's bringing him back to, ambition you can throw away, success you can throw away, money you can throw away, but the love and connection and your family are, and if we could all have a little friendly spider tell us that, wouldn't that be wonderful? To be able to just refocus us on the things that matter, and I think he does that for your character.
Right. Yeah. And he basically telling me to stop running away. Your brain, you can allow yourself to keep throwing blocks up to reality and what's painful and what's you're going after, why it's so important to you to go after something that's over there when you have something right here that is beautiful and perfect, and you're just choosing to ignore diving into that. So that's what Hanush helps my character. I think what's cool about the movie Real Life, I'm on a journey. I'm up, and I have so much time alone. That's a good thing. In real life, I don't have that much time to be alone. I get like maybe 8 minutes tops, and then I have to do something. So being alone on a spaceship, I think I recommend that to a lot of people, to most of you, every one of you. Okay. The end.
I'll just say, I think that, we have to learn things for ourselves most of the time, earn the learning we get in life, and earn the change. And so I think that, whatever Hanush does for Jakob, I think it's somewhat Socratic, meaning maybe he's helping to sort of pull these memories or be there for him, but Jakob or you have to earn that for yourself at the end of the day. So I think, we all could use a kind shoulder, a kind set of eyes, though, right, to be there for us.
Yes, and I do want to ask a question in this of Kunal Nayyar, because you're acting, with...
I thought I was going to dodge a question. Okay.
with Adam Sandler, but you're not in the same physical space. So I would love to hear more if you could tell us a bit about that rehearsal process and having the backstory, building that backstory of your relationship.
Adam, thank you so much. Adam and I didn't get to, I only got to work really with Carey because Adam shot all the stuff in New York and then you left. I think I saw Adam at the airport maybe leaving. And that was it. And then I was literally
I told you I was a fan, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you did. I got some autographs for your kids. But I was just to be a supporting player in such an incredible triage of actors is a real dream, and I really love this project. And it was just great working with Carey as well, and to see how well she's also done this year and everything. It was just a real joy for me. I wish I could give you a more complicated answer, but I really enjoyed spending some time in Prague.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby.
Thank you.
Pilar Lopez from Filmpilicos, the Spanish media. My question is, especially for the director, this film made me think a little bit of, it's Kafka-like, it's in Prague, it's the Metamorphosis. I wonder how much this reference was, you got inspired by it, and maybe you guys, all the characters were inspired by this reference, or any other reference you might had in mind. Thank you very much.
Well, it is, this is a thematic, concept that is, not utterly uncommon in literature, so to speak. I think the Kafka of it all is definitely pertinent. But I think, I don't think I work with inspiration in that sense at all. we have this film, this script, and it's all about what's lying in front of us and trying to understand what that is more than anything else. I do think that the Kafka aspect of it on one hand, but for me it's really important that if we go down that road a little bit, is that Hanush exists. He's real. He's not a figment of imagination in any sense or form, because the minute he becomes that, the whole film becomes a folly, I think, So to me, there is a very sort of important moment in the film in which Hanush sneezes on Jakob's helmet, and there's like mucus on the visor, and he wipes it away and he looks at it, and the residue of that mucus is on that helmet for the rest of the film. And there's just no other way. That cannot have been imagined, so to speak. It was important for me to have that as a signifier that Hanush is real. So the fever dreams or the hallucinations in the Kafkaesque world is kind of moot in that aspect, because Hanush is as old as the universe itself before he died, and he was there. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Mark Harapetian, founder and publisher of film magazine Spirit, A Smile in the Storm since his 16th living year. Adam, long time ago we met in Berlin with Kevin James for I Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry.
Oh yeah.
And I really love Spaceman, and for me I think it's your best role. It's the role of your life.
Thank you.
So first I wanted to ask about loneliness, but many people ask it. So I just ask you, what's your all-time favorite science fiction film, and please give a reason for it.
That's great. Thanks for that nice compliment. And trying. Yeah, right now the Spaceman is my favorite. Thank you. Thank you. I can watch Spaceman again and again. No, let's see. What is that old-time science fiction? The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. My father and I used to watch that together, so that has nice memories. But there's been so many great science fiction movies. I can't. I'm not great at picking one, but the 50-Foot Woman always felt good. Yeah.
We have to close. Do you want to answer or respond to that question about any science fiction film influences as the director?
Again, I choose to not be influenced by other movies at all. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's our responsibility to make movies that are not sort of leaning on the shoulders of other films. Of course, they're part of our journey, but I think part of the idea is to make stuff that hasn't been done before, to take our experiences to a place where they haven't been before. I personally do not like the idea of using other films as a tool for my own filmmaking. And besides, I'm not really a film person anyways. I'm a book person. I read books. And I think the imagery that I create in my head while reading a book is why I'm a filmmaker. I've always been really vivid about that, So to me, it is like there's a bunch of great films out there and great science fiction movies in all shapes or forms. But I tend to kind of put on, a blindfold and try to do a film in ways that only we can do together. Us, the process of us being together and inventing a language that is not sort of resting on an existing one, to be honest.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Johan, for bringing this team together, taking us on this journey with the film, and bringing everyone here today. Congratulations.
Thank you, Berlin. It's a massive pleasure to be here, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Berlin.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.